something else is also happening, especially on Taiwan. We see some very dangerous signs from the U.S. to undermine, I won't say abandon one China policy, but in reality, it is abandoning one China policy. Because in the past, we have already had 3 joint communiques versus Taiwan Relation Act. And U.S. government always say their law is above whatever you have agreed. That's a promise. Taiwan Relation Act is a law. Legally it's higher than communiques. But that being said, we have managed the relationship pretty well, even on Taiwan in the past 40 years. We have President Clinton, President Bush Jr., both of them saying U.S. government will not support Taiwan independence. A step forward on their one China policy. But now things are changing from bad to worse. In addition to the Taiwan Relation Act, they still cling to it and reinforce it. Congress has passed Taiwan Travel Act, allowing all levels of U.S. government officials to visit Taiwan in official capacity. Of course, we're only seeing an assistant secretary of state, which is really official, should not be allowed to happen. It happened already. God knows what will happen again. It's in the law, in their domestic law. So travel ban has been lifted, and Taiwan will be treated as in the U.S. eye, as a normal country, quote unquote, their officials can visit. And now we have, again, not too long ago, U.S. has passed, Congress has passed Defense Authorization Act. They're authorizing their defense expenditure for next year, etc. Wherein they have clearly stipulated, for one thing, that U.S. military ships, warships, and Taiwan warships can visit each other's ports. Just imagine what does it mean, what it means. It means, in my eyes, a beginning of a long, abandoned military relationship between the U.S. and Taiwan. We all know very clearly from 1972, when President Nixon visited China, to 1979, when two countries established diplomatic relationship. This 6 or 7 years, they spent 6 or 7 years negotiating, mostly on Taiwan. Mostly on Taiwan. Why it took so long? It should happen in 1972, 1973 at most, but it took almost 6, 7 years, because what China has demanded as a basic, as the key to the formalization of relationship in China and the United States is U.S. should, one thing, sever diplomatic relations with Taiwan. One, sever diplomatic relationship. Secondly, move its troops out of Taiwan, out of the island of Taiwan. Thirdly, they should abandon or nullify the military treaty between U.S. and Taiwan. They have done that. But in its place, we have seen the Taiwan Relation Act. Now it has been added Travel Act, Defense Authorization Act, and God knows what's going to happen. It seems U.S. is pushing really hard against the envelope. And the envelope is not that big. It has already contained so many poisonous elements. Should it explode, or should U.S. enforce those laws, whether it's for defense or travel, in real earnest? I believe it's going to happen, because arms sales deals has been signed continuously for the United States to Taiwan, to ship arms to Taiwan. It's going to happen. There will be some time I don't know when it will be. Maybe it will be very soon for the two countries not in a standoff position on Taiwan. It will be a serious confrontation because for China, it is a matter of sovereignty. One of very few matters, China has no room of negotiation, no room of retreat. China is one of those very few big nations that their territory are still divided. So Taiwan is a very serious and touchy issue. I don't know what US government, President Trump, is thinking about it. Maybe they falsely believe whatever US is doing now, China will take it. I think that is wrong. That is very wrong.